Well, they'll be calling you a radical.
Yeah, Dave Parrish here.
Yeah. I'm here
Activist.
I'm here at the Union Station here in Ogden, Utah. It is historical, beyond historical. I'm here with Kevin Blanch, the main man, of course. This guy knows more about Ogden than most people in Ogden do, and we were just talking about how it's a microcosm of the United States and the history of where Ogden is now versus where it used to be, and the same's going on with America now, and why?
Yeah, from rich to poor.
Right.
From intelligent to ignorance, from sophisticated to dull.
Right.
I mean, this sound was so exciting, so romantic, and so powerful, and so rich. I call it an Art Deco decay. Mm-hmm. These things are something else. That's the WPA artist. They restored in 1980. I've been to his studio in Brooklyn. He's passed away now. She's the one who did this. These great philanthropists that used to be in this town, from the Brownings and the Echoes and all of them. But they're all dead now.
Right.
Edward Lanning. And she brought him in, and they redid it in 1980. You know, and they just tore the benches out. Why is beyond me. I mean, because that's what they do here. There's the old trestle that I live by. But, you know, back to nuclearism and the whole thing that's gone on today. You know, it's all cancer, 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 cancer. That's all we're going to hear going forward now. Now, is it too late? Yeah. I mean, we tried. We tried. Nothing happened. So we have to take a different angle now as activists.
Yeah.
The activists, we have to make people aware, because we're going to see baby boomer and echo boomers have a cancer epidemic from hell, and they think they can survive by smoking some weed and eat some apricot seed. They have no clue how aggressive these things are, and we're already seeing it. Cancer rates are spiking. Not just the cancer rate, the death via cancer rate. That's the big thing that people don't understand. Death via cancer. The survival rate was increasing 21 years in a row. It started decreasing last year, or a year and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And it's decreasing dramatically. Baby boomers and echo boomers are getting leukemia and dropping dead so fast like flies.
Yep.
And so that's where we're going to have to spend, because it's obvious to me they're not going to do anything. We tried to expose the Department of Energy. Now, the one story, have you seen the story that came out about the Livermore lab where this whole dog and pony show is being, the government's being run out of there. I exposed who it was and who was right. Their 32 team, they're all depressed.
Gee, now, I wonder why.
Yeah, wouldn't you be depressed if you're mass murdering people and cover it up? You know, and they say, oh, we're going to commit suicide. Not, you know, I thought about saying, well, you know, do us a favor, but no, you know, I mean, I feel sorry for them too, because I think they're bound by law and they're afraid. They're afraid to come out in the truth. That's the only option I can come up with, marine biologists and the Livermore lab people, because they know the conspiratorial cover-up of Fukushima, as I've been reporting it from the day it happened.
Of course.
And why wouldn't they break ranks and somebody say? Because they're afraid. They're afraid to not just lose their job. From what I understand, I don't know if it's true. You know, I go back to John Goffman's work, who I knew personally, his 90-10 rule, the Chernobyl playbook, and he called this all out in detail. Look what they did to him. You know, they ostracize him. But it's more than that. I understand they make them sign contracts when they go to work there. That, I mean, and I don't know exactly what the contracts say, but that's where the whole thing's been run. And it wasn't Obama telling them. They told him. I mean, presidents don't report to presidents. The presidents report to the D.O.E., you know. And Goffman was saying it clear back then, and it's on Balco now. I mean, the D.O.E. is the most corrupt organization in the history of mankind. I mean, they are the mob. As I say, the mob versus the mobs.
Yep.
Brava, brava, magnifico. It's the mob versus the mobs, the intellectual mobs like us, who are the doers and the workers.
Right.
We're not just academians. We're working class guys.
Exactly.
Doing it for free out of the love of humanity, and they're the opposite of us. They got all the money, and they're I mean, at least the mob had some integrity and some loyalty.
It's true.
Not this mob.
No. They've totally flipped things around. So, you know, there's profit and then there's everything else. They don't care about, you know, their families. They don't care about their lives. They don't care about the future generations at all. They only care about what kind of pile that they can make for themselves now.
Well, I think it's a circle, and I think it's a cocoon that's been created. And I think the club, and I think they are so arrogant. I think they really believe, like people say, oh, they got all the money, they can survive, and they'll live long lives. That's not true.
Not at all.
Look at Steve Jobs.
Exactly.
You know, and now, you know, we're seeing, John McVie cancer yesterday I saw, which, I mean, how much do we got to love that guy? Look at all the joy he brought to us in our lives. You know, but I think we're going to see it over and over, and yet we can get no celebrities to step into our cause. We can get nobody who has any contemporary skills to step into our cause. You know, so these people that have stole the playing field. I mean, it's sad.
Yeah, but here's the best part, Kevin. You know, it's like you said before, we're working class guys. Everybody out there who's fighting for Fukushima are working class. It's normal, everyday people, right? And now we're on the verge of bringing all those people together.
Well, it's happening.
Right? And when we do that, guess what, bad guys? You got a big problem.
They know it.
Big
And I'll tell you how I can prove they
coming.
know it. When I was in New York, you know, I met with microbiologists in the Navy and the Marines. They know. They want to break. There's a huge fight going between the Marines and the Navy and the Department of Energy. Department of Energy has won out in these fights. Obama went solar early. He went back to nuclear in his 4 years because they're telling him he's not running the show. We know who runs the show. Right. John Goffman proved that in the 80s and 90s in his lectures, which I attended over and over. Boy, he called it. But here's the thing. When I was getting ready to go give my speech, as you know, at Washington Square, because Dr. Rice taught right there.
Sure.
Megan Rice was due to be sentenced on the 23rd. I've been hammering Boxer and Wyden's office every day. When they're sick of hearing from me. We got hearings.
Right.
I mean, that was my work. They got the hearings.
Yep.
You know, by the way, Mike Lee lied to me. But so here's the hearing supposed to happen the same week as Megan Rice is supposed to be sentenced. You know, by the way, the petition was started by me. And so all of a sudden, oh, Megan Rice, we're backing out. We're not about to martyr her. And then, oh, we're putting the hearings underground. You know, there was a lot of pressure for me to testify at the hearings, and Barbara Boxer's office was pushing for me to testify. You know, I'm the one that educated Barbara Boxer.
Right.
You know, me and Lonnie Clark are the ones who educated Wyden. Now, I've been trying to educate Mike Lee, that teabagger phony. You see on YouTube how he lied to me.
Yes.
I know for a fact he didn't even talk to Wyden when he got back, like he said in the YouTube video. But when I was in New York, I saw it. I see the Catholic community.
Yes.
I see the spiritual leaders at the core. I see the modern day Harriet Beecher Stowe's. They're coming to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm walking down the street in Brooklyn in front of a church, and you know, the African American community, they come out and, hey, is that Kevin Blanch? Come here, hugging me, kissing me.
Yeah.
You know, so I can see it and feel it happening.
There's the grassroots, and then there's what we're doing, which is the grass yard. I mean, this thing is
well, like you said it.
Right now.
You said it. You know, when I started it, you know, all of us that got involved, we were like the Johnny Appleseeds.
Yeah.
We really were the Johnny Appleseeds. And I used to say, somebody says, you're like the foundation. I said, no, I'm like the money to buy the foundation, but I got off that. I'm really like a wildflower that blew in the air, the atomic nuclear air, and I'm the mutated plant that grew up out of it, and I've spewed my seeds out into the wind now. I'm a mutated freaking sunflower is what I am.
That's right.
From my father's, you know, the atomic veteran thesis. So I can feel the energy, just like that day I told Joni Ray at San Onofre when they blackballed me and kicked me out. And I says, I can tell you right now, San Onofre will never reopen. And every hardcore activist says, Kevin, you're so full. And I says, I can feel the energy. When I hugged Kathy Iwan down there, Gene Stone handed me the shirt, I knew when that energy, people, I'll bet you 200 people at least came up to me in that hearing. Oh my God, Kevin Blanch, can I get your picture taken? What are you doing? This YouTube changed the world. When I started doing these radical videos on day one, people heard them and people listened, and they're like, oh, they didn't know about nuclear. They forgot about nuclear, and they're like, oh my God, Kevin Blanch, they say the spent fuel's on site. So they started Googling, and they woke up.
Yeah, see?
And more and more.
Started a fire. What you did, you lit a match and started a fire, and now look at it.
Yeah, and you know, we had a small group, you know, in early days, Jan, Mick the Clown, Rad Chick, yourself. I mean, all of us very early. It was such a small little army. Look what we put up with, and we dedicated our whole lives to it. Of course, then I get cancer after, and so that made the story somewhat compelling, and we could actually watch the fight.
Somewhat compelling. Are you kidding me, Kevin? I mean, watching you fight and triumph is inspiring.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, it's every day for you.
Yeah.
But guess what? How many days has it been now?
Over 2 years.
Over 2 years, right?
Yeah. I got sick on day 212, and I did this painting, you know, about 3 years ago, and I like numbers, and I did the painting 212, and I kept telling myself, there's something about that number. Well, the number on February 212 was the song San Onofre hearing, which changed the world, by the way.
Totally.
When Joni Ray and I went into the parking lot, and we exposed the fake, and we stayed up all night, got that out to the media, and I kept sending links from the whistleblower. The whistleblower was originally coming to me because I was the only one out there.
Right.
So all these whistleblowers were sending to me, and so I'm sending to the media in San Diego, and San Diego local media started reporting it.
Right.
And it turned people's freaking, they're like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's all we need is local media, you know, and people have refused to participate that we're all crazy and nuclear is radical. No, we're not radical. How is it to tell the truth radical?
Yeah. That makes no sense to me. I mean, to me, there's the truth, and then there's all the other crap. And all that other crap gets you where? Nowhere.
Yeah, Thomas Ackerman says it the best. He says they still think they're on the winning team and there's something to fight for. I got to go get my grandson before he gets us kicked out of here. Look at him. He's over there tearing. Have you ever seen anything like that wound up, little boy?
He is like a fireball today. He's crazy. I love it.
Oh, my goodness.
He's making friends. That's what he's
Yeah, making friends. He's going to get me, you know, he's got me kicked out of half of Ogden already. But I'll be in D.C. on the 2nd.
Yes.
I've got some powerhouses I'm hooked up with down there.
I'm
some
so
real
excited.
power. We're folding Anonymous into this fight. We've got Occupy folded back into this fight. You know, Tom Blewett, you know, Chris from D.C. I mean, we have some powerhouses.
Right.
Believe it or not, I've got the Masons in D.C. Shh. They love us.
And also, Kevin, let's talk about our own little summit meeting, the symposium that we're going to do.
We're going to do a symposium, and hopefully Lonnie Clark's going to organize it.
By the people symposium.
We're going to do a symposium. Dave, Parrish, myself, Lonnie Clark, of course, and Eugene, who's a powerhouse. Her and Jasmine. Hopefully we can get Jan, Miss Mooka the Clown. We'll get Christina Radchek.
I want everybody, I want all the Fuku fighters online to be at this because we're going to talk about how we're going to do it, what we're going to be doing next.
Yeah, we're pivoting off telling the tale. We're working about solutions now and surviving cancer. And
oh, yeah.
The other one that a lot of people don't know about is Jules Stan up in upstate New York.
Right.
She's a powerhouse in this. And you know, we haven't talked a lot about Jules. Jules is a powerhouse, and she is brilliant. And so, stay tuned, untuned.
Untuned, absolutely.
So thanks, Dave.
No, thank you, Kevin.
It's been great. What a building this is. 50,000 people a day used to walk through here, and I've fought to preserve so much of this history in this place, and you know how my fight goes. I showed Dave the Masonic Temple I restored, and all this work, and it's been me against the, you know, this one-man fight of mine didn't start on YouTube in the early days. I've been fighting this town, trying to preserve our brilliant, magnificent history that no one seems to give a damn about anymore. All right, thanks, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin.
Stay tuned. Studio in Brooklyn. He's passed away now. She's the one who did this. These great philanthropists that used to be in this town, from the Brownings and the Echoes and all of them, but they're all dead now. Right. Edward Lanning. And she brought him in, and they redid it in 1980. You know, and they just tore the benches out. Why is beyond me. I mean, because that's what they do here. There's the old trestle that I live by, but you know, back to nuclearism and the whole thing that's gone on today. You know, it's all cancer, 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 cancer. That's all we're going to hear going forward now. Now, is it too late? Yeah. I mean, we tried. Nothing happened. So we have to take a different angle now as activists. Yeah. The activists, we have to make people aware, because we're going to see baby boomer and echo boomers have a cancer epidemic from hell, and they think they can survive by smoking some weed and eat some apricot seed. They have no clue how aggressive these things are, and we're already seeing it. Cancer rates are spiking. Not just the cancer rate, the death via cancer rate. That's the big thing that people don't understand. Death via cancer. The survival rate was increasing 21 years in a row. It started decreasing last year, or a year and a half ago, and it's decreasing dramatically. Baby boomers and echo boomers are getting leukemia and dropping dead.
Where Ogden is now versus where it used to be, and the same's going on with America now, and why?
Yeah, from rich to poor.
Right.
From intelligent to ignorance, from sophisticated to dull. Right. I mean, this sound was so exciting, so romantic, and so powerful, and so rich. I call it an Art Deco decay. These things are something else. That's the WPA artist. They restored in 1980. I've been to his studio.
Well, they'll be calling you a radical.
Yeah, Dave Parrish here.
Yeah. I'm here
activist.
I'm here at the Union Station here in Ogden, Utah. It is historical, beyond historical. I'm here with Kevin Blanch, the main man, of course. This guy knows more about Ogden than most people in Ogden do, and we were just talking about how it's a microcosm of the United States and the history of where